Hey, I'm David Duran and this is How Many, your favorite counting show. This week we're checking out Upgrade from 2018, directed by Leigh Whannell and starring Logan Marshall Green. The Invisible Man is hitting theaters this weekend, also directed by Leigh Whannell, so I thought it would be a great idea to check out his fantastic previous film. Upgrade didn't get a lot of attention when it came out, but I'm seriously telling you, if you haven't seen it, you should. Like, what are you doing here? Go watch it. No. That was a joke. Stay, please. Stay. But you should watch it. You should watch it. It's awesome. It's awesome. Okay, now, whatever. Let's jam. The movie starts with Gray working on a classic car. His wife, Asha, arrives from work on what's the ugliest car I've ever seen. Seriously, is that the future? But I guess it's better looking than a Tesla truck, right? Inside the house, we're able to see some interaction between the couple. They both seem quite nice. Asha is probably the average human, enjoying the advantages of an almost automatized way of living, while Gray prefers the good old way. Gray says he'll be delivering the car he was working on today and asks his wife to go with him, insisting she'll want to meet his client. They arrive to a beach and go downstairs between some rocks because the client lives underground. Dope. Aaron King, who's like a mix between Mark Zuckerberg, the Google founders, and a machine, is playing with a cloud-like thing. Aaron shows Sasha and Gray a new chip, way too advanced, capable of doing anything, except for having babies and playing football, as pointed by Gray. On their way home, the self-driving car takes a different road, the system repeating there's been an error. The car speeds up and ends up crashing. Another car appears, and some men start pulling Asha and Gray out of the car. Even though a police drone is recording the whole situation, the men kill Asha and shoot Gray in the spine, which prevents him from reaching Asha in her final moments. I just want to point out that actor Logan Marshall Green is awesome in this movie. You can actually feel the pain Gray is going through. Police finally arrives, but it's too late. 3 months later, Gray is in a wheelchair and has a lumberjack beard. There's some equipment in the house to help him, like a pair of robotic arms which can make food, and a dog to charge the chair. His mother is there too, and once again, what a terrific actor and what a terrific use of silence in many shots. Gray and his mother go to the police station where they meet Detective Cortez, who unfortunately has nothing on the killers. Back home and understandably disappointed, Gray tries to suicide with an overdose of medicine, but the virtual assistant prevents it from happening and calls an ambulance. At the hospital, Aaron King pays a visit to Gray, saying he can cure him and make him walk again using STEM if Gray keeps the secret. Even though Gray is reluctant at first, Aaron manages to convince him, playing the "what would she want?" old and very effective card. The operation takes place at Aaron's weird house. I'm not showing a lot from this operation because I'm learning about YouTube restrictions and all that, and I don't want this video banned. But seriously, those effects are amazing. Now, Gray is capable of walking, writing, running and all. Look at the amazing camera work here, making Gray's movements resemble to those of a robot or a character from a video game. Gray is watching the surveillance footage from the murder and decides to take some scotch.
May I point something out?
But STEM starts talking to Gray. Gray is the only one who can hear STEM as it sends small sound waves to his eardrum. STEM points out the man who killed Asha didn't have a gun in his hand, but implanted. What? STEM is also able to recognize the tattoo of the man in the video, which Gray handprints. That would be so useful at school. The tattoo is a military ID, and even though STEM gets all the information related to the man, Gray can't use this information without revealing STEM's existence. Gray launches a surveillance operation to the man's house, which immediately becomes a home invasion operation. With the help of STEM, Gray gets some information through messages to the man in the coolest coffee table I've seen. The man arrives and they start fighting. Or like, Gray is getting his ass kicked. till he grants Stem permission to operate independently. What is this? Freaking Neo understanding the Matrix? It's awesome!
Once again, I'm sorry, I'm not showing how Gray kills a man, but that seriously was a
fatality. Virtually, Stem remembers every single thing Gray touched, so they are able to remove any evidence of his presence there. Too bad they forgot to clean outside, the police finding old-fashioned engine grease. Detective Cortez confirms her suspicion when she sees Gray around the neighborhood where the dead man was found, but when she confronts Gray with these facts, he's just like, "I'm in a wheelchair, ma'am, you know, like, what could I have done?" Gray gets to the Old Bones bar for very bad people, a place reference in the message of Sarek, the man he killed. He's looking for someone who knows Sarek. A man approaches Gray and responds to Gray's provocation, taking him to the bathroom where the man and some friends plan to give him a lesson. Gray just wants to know if the man was there the night of the murder, but the moment he confesses, Stem takes control again.
I'm starting to feel Gray is getting overconfident.
Gray asks some questions and the man says it all was a job to kill Asha and gives Gray a name, Fisk. Meanwhile, Aaron is trying to shoot down Stem after all the mess both have caused. Stem tells Gray they must find a hacker to remove any possibility of Aaron taking control over Stem once and for all. Stem finds a possible address and Gray runs, but arriving at the building, one of his legs stops working properly, and that continues reaching all of his body. He manages to knock the door of the hacker's apartment. Fisk arrives to Old Bones and somehow transfers data from the eyes of a lifeless man Gray just met there, getting the address Gray headed. And just as sneezing, he sends an army of nanobots with razors inside the owner's body.
This movie is awesome, okay? That was probably a bit too much for me.
Fisk and a friend get to the building while the Stem is rebooting, and oh my god, that guy is literally loading his arm. Stem reboots just in time for Gray to run, but Fisk's friend chase him, forcing Gray to a fight. Stem taking control once again, now breaking the man's arm and making him shoot himself with his arm. This is not right, man. Gray gets home with a gun, but his mom is there. Oof, uncomfortable. He has to confess, and actually his mother takes the news very well. Gray hiding the murders, of course. In a very vivid dream, Gray sees and touches his wife. But all that is interrupted by Detective Cortez arriving to the house, questioning Gray about his whereabouts last night, while she slides a transmitter in Gray's jacket. After leaving, she manages to listen to part of a conversation between Gray and Stem. Gray wants everything to stop, but Stem says if they don't kill Fisk, Fisk will kill them. It also points out, now it's free and does not require any consent from Gray to operate after the hacking. They get in the car and drive to an address Stem found. Cortez follows Gray, who finds the transmitter in his pocket, throwing it out of the car. A chase starts. Gray pushes a car to Cortez, but that doesn't stop her. Stem then takes control of a car nearby, crashing it against Cortez, but she's kind of okay? Whoa, she should be in the Expendables 4. Gray gets to Fisk's house, pointing a gun at him. Gray wants some answers. Why were they after his wife? But Fisk tells him, Gray, what's the job? Hurting his spine. Asha just being collateral damage. They start to fight, but Fisk is not as easy as everyone else, having gone through some kind of enhancement too, but Gray manages to distract Fisk enough to get the upper hand. Stem wants to check Fisk's phone. If Gray was a job, there must be an employer, and they should find it.
Fisk, he's going to find you.
What? That's Aaron's voice! Gray drives to Aaron's house. He makes his way of shooting 2 guards. While Gray questions Aaron's motives to kill her wife, Detective Cortez gets behind Gray, asking him to throw his gun. Gray gets on his stomach, but when Detective Cortez is about to handcuff him, Gray throws her and then starts choking Cortez. In this point, Gray puts some resistance to Stem, letting Cortez go and stabbing himself, but that doesn't work. Asking Cortez to stop him, she uses a teaser, Aaron takes this advantage to point a gun to Gray, revealing he doesn't run the company anymore. Stem does. Actually, Stem planned everything. Stem chose Gray because, unlike other humans, he didn't have any sort of computer implants. In a moment of distraction, Gray attacks Aaron, killing him. Taking his gun, Gray points it to Detective Cortez, but instead of shooting her, he shoots himself. Waking up in the hospital, there's no Stem anymore, but Ashley's there.
Wait, was it all a dream? Come on.
But no, this is an awesome movie. It wasn't a dream. It was Stem taking full control over Gray's mind. Stem now in control of Gray's body. It kills Detective Cortez and gets ready to conquer the world. Oh, an overcome story! Great! Venom, the good one.
So, how many awesome moments did we have? There you have it. If you like this film, I recommend you not to watch the trailer for The Invisible Man. I think it gives like the whole movie away. Don't make the same mistake I made. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and click the bell. Tell me what you think about this movie. I love it, but I would really like to know what you think. Okay,